local taxes. but Al got to know one very special place.
That's right, Matt. There is a place just a few minutes from here that a lot of people say is the heart of New Orleans. It's a neighborhood called Treme, and they say that jazz is deeply rooted and got its start right in this neighborhood.
Beyond the bustle of Bourbon Street, nestled among these quiet roads, lies a small neighborhood that embodies the spirit of New Orleans.
This is Treme. Treme.
This is Treme.
Treme, a community both rich in history and tradition, is one of the oldest African-American neighborhoods in the country.
So many of the touchstones of New Orleans history are here.
Settled by free people of color in the 18th century, Treme became a haven for artists and musicians.
The roots of music in New Orleans go back to Congo Square, which is in Treme, and that's where Africans on Sundays would play traditional music, would dance traditional dances.
Some say Treme is where jazz was born. People here take pride in that history, and on any given night, that brass band tradition is in full swing. It's standing room only at the Candlelight Lounge, and the music is infectious.
The thing about the music is kind of like being in church and in a concert all at the same time. The music just moves your soul. When the Saints won Super Bowl, God, yes, the Saints won that Super Bowl.
Music is the lifeblood of this community. Trombonist Glen Andrews grew up in Treme. He comes from a family of musicians, and like most kids here, he dreamed of being one himself.
Jazz was born on these very streets.
Residents of Treme regularly take to the streets in celebration as part of a musical tradition known as second lining.
Here, the dance and the music go hand in hand.
My man.
This colorful neighborhood is now the backdrop for an HBO show called Treme. Longtime resident and trumpeter Kermit Ruffins is part of the cast.
It's really been delightful when it boils down to people finally realizing how sweet and great this culture is.
Along with great music, Treme is known for its great food. Several family-run restaurants serve up the best grub in New Orleans, Creole style.
Today we have pot roast, fried chicken, gumbo, white beans, rice, barbecue chicken.
This is soul food, the best that I've ever tasted.
Lil Dizzy's is a corner restaurant that's been serving up comfort food for decades.
This is the first time in here. This is the first time in here.
Locals flock here for breakfast, lunch, and to catch up with other folks in this tightly knit community.
It's time for us to learn something new today.
A community now reaching out to the next generation, teaching kids to play the music that's been pouring from these streets for countless years.
There really is a sense of passing on a tradition,
helping to ensure the music never stops. And we want to let you know the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, along with the Preservation Hall Jazz Band, they're behind those music classes. Each week they teach young kids all about the history of jazz and the importance of traditional New Orleans music.
What do you say, Mr. Roker, we do a little flyby on the way to the airport?
I think we're going to send Jim Bell, our executive producer, to establish a beachhead. Lil Dizzy's. He's going to get the table for us.
That's right.
All right, when we come back, speaking of food, we're going to do a little tailgating, Big Easy style. Meredith and Natalie?
All right, guys, and here in New York, Natalie's going to show us how the fur was flying after she went back to her first job working in the pet store, right?